Ladies and gentlemen, that's part two of my today's live stream. I'm now inside the Prague castle and let's discover it. I don't have my gym ball today with me because it was an unexpected decision from my side to go on live today because normally, as you maybe know, I stream every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, but uh, I can't do it tomorrow, so I decided to go live today. So let's switch the camera and let's have a look what we can see. So this was really beautiful because in this uh, chapel of All Saints, uh, people normally cannot entry, but now there's this exhibition inside, so I was able to go in, and it was really super charming. I love it. So here we can see the fountain of Emperor Leopold I, and here a well from the Renaissance time with beautiful wrought iron craftsmanship. Super beautiful. Where do we go through here? And in front of us there is already the St. Vitus Cathedral. And I'm going to come in past all of the tourists because I have my tour guide license. So maybe I don't have to wait for the whole time. Look at this. How do you like it? You can write me in the comments if you have some questions or some wishes what I should show you, where I should go, where to zoom in. Just write it to me in the comments, and I'm going to try to fulfill your wish. So look at this line. It's very, very long. Today in the morning, when we arrived here, the line reached the uh, the square there behind. Now it's not so long. So I'm going to take my phone into my hand and go through the try to go through. Let's see if I will be lucky and I won't speak. Okay. Sorry. Unbelievable. I'm inside. Et Venceslas, il est enterré ici dans la cathédrale. Et au-dessus d'eux, on voit Look at this. That's that's the St. Vitus Cathedral where we came in. This part where we are now is the newer part of the cathedral that was finished in the beginning of last century in 1929, where which was the believed 1,000 years after the murder of St. Wenceslas. And we can imagine that somewhere here where we are standing now, the wall was where the church waited, this part of the church waited for uh, nearly 6 centuries to be finished. The construction of the church stopped after the visit was started. So what you'll see here is the older part of the cathedral. Charles IV established it on the original place of another basilica which stood here before, but he wanted to have um, a more representative and bigger church. So he established this beautiful Gothic jewel. He brought from France the architect Matthias of Arras, and after he died, he uh, literally imported the other guy who built this cathedral, Peter Parla, and this guy was most probably also participating on the construction of the cathedral in Cologne, in Germany. So here you can see some carved picture that shows us how 1620 the king is escaping from Prague after he lost the battle at White Mountain. So here you can see how Prague looked like. That's the Charles Bridge. And yes, if you're asking why there are no sculptures on it, these sculptures started um, after the 30 Years' War. Before, there only was one sculpture. This was the sculpture of the Calvary. So here you can see all of these beautiful chapels. Here again, some uh, carved picture. Here, this is the absolutely number one cathedral of the whole country. There are our kings and dukes buried. You can see there is there is a grave of a duke from uh, 1100 till 1124. Also, several saints are here, including our most important patron saint, Saint Wenceslas, who has got an own chapel, which we definitely are going to visit because this chapel is a jewel itself. A lot of kings are buried here, and also some bishops and archbishops. And as you can see, it's very crowded here. I'm going to try to come through to the other side. Remote. Yeah, this is the phone of Johannes of Nepomuk. It's made of silver. Johannes of Nepomuk died in 1393, but um, after the 30-year war, they in the 17th and 18th century, the church needed a new patron saint for the uh, people here, so they started um, to talk about the legend of Johannes of Nepomuk, and it was also his sculpture that decorated as the first one the Charles Bridge. Guys, this is an interactive live vlog, so if you're interested to see something, you would like me to zoom in somewhere, just write me in the comments, and I will try to fulfill your wish. I hope you can hear me well. So here you can see the graves of Otakar. That's the king who achieved Czech kings to have the Czech the king's title for further generations. So now you can take a look at the at this wonderful grave. John of Nepomuk has 5 stars around his head. He is the patron saint of all of the bridges here in our country because he was thrown from the Charles Bridge into the river, and the 5 stars are the symbol of uh, that of 5 stars of those 5 stars that appeared when they found his corpse in the water after months, and after the legend his dead body was completely uh, beautiful, didn't stink, and around his head uh, were these 5 stars lightning. So here is another carved picture. It's a similar one like it was on the other side we saw before, and we can see here the the uh, people from the court of this winter king that uh, freed freed this St. Vitus Cathedral from pictures and other symbols because he was a Calvinist, and they just preferred the church to be pure and free of all decorations. So that's why they destroyed uh, the church. So, and what we see now is here is very beautiful. Um, this is the balcony of the private oratory. Now, when we walked outside, we would see a kind of connecting uh, connecting balcony, but roofed, where the kings were able to enter the church without having um, to go down among the people. So here is another nativity. It's very beautiful. The figures are quite big. I would say they're about 40 centimeters tall. We can see a well. Yeah, there's a guy walking down, and shepherds with sheep, the 3 kings. St. Vitus Cathedral received a new pipe organ now. but it will take a long time to make it fit for this whole room. Uh, they probably are going to use it for the first time on the 28th of September. So here you can see a beautiful marble grave. Yeah, and there inside, that's the uh, St. Wenceslas Chapel. Let's go inside there. I hope you still can imagine what I was talking about before. Oh, okay, so we cannot enter it. We cannot enter it, but you can see that's that's really a jewel. These parts of the room are covered with stones and the gold. So now we could hear the official guide from Prague Castle explaining the superlatives of this St. Wenceslas Chapel. And here you can see the new pipe organ. It has about 6,000 pipes, and it's really, really, really huge. And that's the sculpture of Saint Adalbert, who was our second bishop in the 10th century, and to whom this church is also dedicated to. And when you walked here through, you would see many of these uh, glass windows. They are all from the beginning of the 20th century. Uh, on a lot of them, there are dedications because they were gifts from some important people or companies. This, for example, some insurances or things like this. So let's have a last glimpse at it. So and they are working on the pipe organ always at night when there are no people here. So here you can see how it looked like before. This was the very original rotund of St. Vitus, established by St. Wenceslas. This was the Romanesque St. Vitus Basilica, where this part was the St. Vitus Rotund. So this church grew with centuries. So we skipped lots of people, which I'm happy about. I'm surprised that the toilets are free now because I can remember in the summer I paid for it. So that's the um, entrance to the uh, deanery. And I already told um, that this part of uh, the castle was reconstructed under Maria Theresia, who was our empress between 1740 and 1780. And the architect who was in charge of the reconstruction was the same like in Schönbrunn in Vienna. So here you can see the foundations of the former Saint Adalbert chapel. You could also visit the underground of the church here. There are also some graves, for example, of Charles IV and all of his wives, and also some of his children. This sculpture of Saint George is quite interesting because if we walked further to this square, we would see a fountain. That's the Saint George Square, but the the sculpture is missing on the fountain because it's here. So here you can see the big south tower. That's where that's where the church ended before. So you can imagine this is the old part of the church, and This is the new part finished in the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th century. And there up you can see an interesting clock. You see there are two clocks there. One of them is showing the hours and the other one shows the minutes. And I'm going to try now if I can climb up the uh, the tower. I don't know if my tickets is wallet there. Wait, 1358. No, I can't go in. Okay, so I won't try. So this is this is the line for the old royal palace. What do you think about it? That's the end of the line. So I think I'm going to skip it. Instead of it, I am going to show you this beautiful golden mosaic of this. Uh, this was planned as the main entrance to the cathedral, and because of the golden color of the tiles of the mosaic, um, it's called the Golden Gate, and we can see that it's really beautiful. For example, there are the four wives of Charles IV depicted. Yeah, he was four times married, and the craftsman came from Venice, from Italy, but the glass and the quartz stones were from here. They didn't import them. So then we can we can have a look at uh, these symbols from the zodiac. They should depict the months of the year. Let's have a look. So that's probably January. You can see this guy is uh, freezing. So it is January. He's cold. So and here we can also see the fish. So this should be February. And here is March. So people start working in their orchards. And here that's April. They uh, they seed. Yeah. And here, that's December. I think they are quite pretty, but they are not old. They were made in 1950s. So look, that's uh, that's the connection to the private oratory which we saw before inside. That's the old royal palace. And so you can imagine the king just walked through this tiny connection directly to the church to attend the Holy Mass. So here, who of you saw the who of you saw the fairy tale of Notre Dame? It reminds me totally to that. A little spooky. Yeah, and here you can see there used to stand uh, the old bishop palace, and there still are old Romanesque windows to see. Now let's skip some more queues and visit the St. George Cathedral. Here you can see it's the really old walls here, and these windows are probably the first Renaissance building elements in our country. Inside is the famous Vladislaus Hall. Here we have again John of Nepomuk. You see the 5 stars that I mentioned before, and his grave is exactly behind this wall. So, and that's the St. George Square here. The St. George Basilica was built uh, uh, before 921. Of course, this front facade is much younger, but these two spires are Romanesque spires, and the monastery that stands beside this church was the very first monastery in our country. So, and this is exactly the fountain that I told you before. And here on this column, there once stood the sculpture of Saint George that is now uh, there. So have a look at the cathedral once more. And now I'm going to. Hello, Sophia. How are you? Hello. I'm fine, thank you. I hope you're fine as well. And I'm happy that you attend my interactive live walk. I'm at the Prague Castle now. Uh, I have just visited this beautiful cathedral from inside, and now I'm going to visit this other church. I hope I can again succeed to skip this line. Otherwise, I would have to wait for a very long time. So, and that's why I'm not going to speak, just show my um, tour guide license to the people in the line. And well, it worked in the St. Vitus Cathedral, so I hope it will work now again. But I won't speak. So I hope you can apologize me. Incredible! I'm inside again without standing in the line. I hope um, the people won't curse me. Yeah, what should I do? Would you like to wait with me in the line for 20 minutes? But I'm only one, and when I show them my tour guide certificate, they normally don't. They're not angry. So look at this. That's a super beautiful interior. Sorry for coughing. And we were talking about St. Wenceslas, our most important patron saint, and this church was established by his grandfather, and the grandmother of St. Wenceslas was also a martyr. She was killed killed in 921, and there in this chapel there is her grave. Saint Wenceslas had uh, transported her corpse to here, so she's buried here in this church. And as I told you, that's the second church in the area of Prague Castle. The first one was the St. Vitus Rotum. Well, before there was a St. Mary Church, but from this church we only have some foundations and nothing more. Here you can see some really very old frescoes. I like it here very much, maybe even more than the St. Peter's Cathedral. Yeah, that's the chapel where the uh, grandmother of St. Francis is buried. That's the picture of her. So, you can see a pretty old uh, wooden sculpture, and that's a copy of the corpse of Saint Ludmila. There are really many tourists today, so let's leave this space again. Otherwise, I'm happy that there are this many tourists here because normally when I enter a church, I refuse to speak, not disturb people praying in a church. But here, not necessary because everybody is speaking. So I can show you some beautiful craftsmanship. This was for sure once also a door or an arch where people could go through. And here we have some old gravestones. So I hope we can soon leave here so I can go with you to the Golden Lane. But before it happens, we will visit the chapel of John of Nepomuk. that is on one side of this church. That's it. So it's only a small chapel, but as you can see, there is a balcony above us where singers stood and sang. So one more glimpse at this church, and now we can go here a little bit because I would like to go with you to the Golden Line when it's dark, and for that it's still too early. But I hope it won't take too long time. What is here? That's just the exit. Okay. So here we can't go in. This will be the exit for the exhibition of the story of Prague Castle. Uh, if you were interested to go there once, you can leave me in a message in the comments or into the DMs on Instagram. So here again, John of Nepomuk. When you see once a saint with 5 stars around his head, that's him. You can be sure. So this green building is also quite interesting. You can see there is an inscription about Maria Theresia. She was our empress between 1740 and 1780, and she established this institute for ladies, and it meant women that were widows or um, orphans, noble women, could live here and they could be cared for. This was a charity organization for lonely standing noble ladies. So now let's walk slowly to the Golden Lane. Here you can see there are some old frescoes. Here you can see the inscription in Czech, and here the same in German and Czech. There's a beautiful portal. Here you can also see Saint George fighting with the dragon. This part of the church, that's exactly the, the chapel where the grandmother of uh, Saint Wenceslas is buried. In this monastery that used to be here, it was a monastery for women also, and it was not just some monastery. The Czech princesses got their education here, and also members of the royal families uh, used to uh, be here as another saint, patron saint of our country, the Saint Agnes. So, for example, when there was an wedding agreement between a Czech princess and I don't know, some German prince or duke or things like this. She came into this monastery and learned how to read and write, but also how to behave and um, how to behave, how to follow all the instructions and so on. You can imagine. This beautiful tower you can see here, its name is the Black Tower. And yes, I know it's not black, but once it was black. The reason was there was a fire here, and the walls of this tower turned black. And from this time on, the tower was called Black. There are other two towers that are called White Towers. Well, one of them isn't visible anymore because it's integrated into the buildings here. So, and now we are approaching the the Golden Lane already. And before we reach the entrance, you can tell me if you would like me to visit the Museum of Armory. Thank you. So I don't know why it didn't work, but I'm in. So that's the Golden Lane. You see, there is already uh, the inscription of the defense corridor White Tower. So that's the one white tower that we still can see. So let's go to the Museum of Armory. This golden lane is actually a tiny street with very cute little houses where, how to say, the shooters of cannons used to live once. And from this corridor, they were able to defend the Prague castle because here that's the so-called deer moat. Behind that, over there, you see another wall, but this one was built much later. And here we can see already the armory. I will just show you also the inscriptions so you can read yourself how old they are. 1300 to 1320. Pretty old, right? 1450 to 1480. There is another one from 1380 to 1420. Again, 1450 to 1480. Should I really read each of them? I will. Most of them are about this date, so I'm going to tell you when there's something special, which is much older or much younger than the others. Yeah, that's a cavalry armor. You can see here they have something special to be able to sit on a horse. It's the same. This one looks like a bird, like some eagle or falcon. This is from 15 to 1510. I think these ones become younger now. Maybe it begins with the most, with the oldest ones. Here you can see some weapons. This one is from 1585. I wonder for what is that? Obviously not for women. Yeah. Here you can see there are some holes where they can shoot through. It's pretty long here, this corridor, right? And so this is for 16 to 1620. So how do you like it? You can write me in the comments. Maybe you would like to you would like me to show it for a bit longer. So there are many different helmets. Some of them are pretty old. Ionic from 575 to 400 before Christ. I wonder if it's really this old or if they have copies here. So how do you like these helmets? This one looks like a Viking helmet. This one looks like a skeleton. Awesome. I have never watched at these helmets this long, detailed. Sorry for the delay. In the meantime, we can take a look in the royal garden, which is closed right now. Over there, you could see the beautiful glass house, which was built by an important architect, Eva Irzicna. Already Rudolf II had glass houses here to grow here many different exotic fruits like oranges, figs, and citrus fruits. So look, this this looks like children's armor, and I think about 200 euros lying on the floor here. Another. This one looks like, say, a crown. So other helmets, some less patient people. Yeah, here you could shoot from a crossbow if you would like to. Look at that. That's cool. And you could get a piece of paper with you then. Just let's wait for it. I would like to see how they shoot. There are the arrows. There's the crossbow. Targets. You can write me in the comments if you would like to shoot as well. But I won't because the line is pretty long to be able to shoot. So we just watch, and once you come to Prague, I can accompany you to shoot by yourself. So that's the explanation how to handle putting the arrow inside. So it's pretty long, and he missed the target. It's a buff. So let's go on. There are some dangerously looking weapons. They are it's weapons that agricultural tools. Look at this helmet. And they were worn by the Hussite fighters. This one is pretty. Looks like some dragon helmet. It's a Polish winged hussar helmet. So, which one was your favorite till now? This one is pretty as well. This one. This one is nearly black. That's beautiful. There we have some wings again. It's pretty. There's a crown. Let's have a look. Nothing special written. Yeah, here again. This one is decorated by some mythological pictures. Fighting titans. Wow, look at this cannon. So this definitely one of uh, those where they uh, defended Prague Castle with. So in here we have, maybe you can have a better view from here. No, we can't. Okay, so there are some costumes. So below us you can already see the lights awake slowly to life. This pink stripe that you can see there, that's the reflection of the sunset. The horizon is literally glowing. It's pretty. That's my beloved TV tower. So let's have a look if there's something written about the costumes that are here. No. So that was someone who was in love. So look at that over there. This is the very first Renaissance building north of the Alps. That's the summer residence of Queen Anne. But we can't go there now because the gardens of Prague Castle are closed now during the winter. So let's let's go back. We might we might see something else on the other side of this corridor. So in the meanwhile, you can tell me how you like it, and you can also tell me if there's something you would like to see or where I should go. You can give me directions. I would like this live log to have a little bit interactive, so don't hesitate to pose me some questions uh, when the internet connection is okay. Uh, I can, in every case, try to fulfill your wish. It's pretty many armors here. Yeah, and here on the other side there are some.
Look at those shields.
This is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, how detailed they are. There we have Saint George again fighting with the dragon. Very popular again, once more. This should be, I'm going to zoom out, this should be a Roman armory. Look at these helmets, how detailed they are. This looks like they already used it for sweeping. So that I can't read it. Okay. There we can see the Czech lion. You can see, you can recognize the Czech lion because he has two tails. You could see it everywhere here. Very beautiful shields. I will like them. Can you see some colored armor? That's beautiful. Pity that has these reflections inside. That's a beautiful armor. Yeah, that's a lily, so it could be a French one. So here, another shield. And, there's a torture chamber up there, or down, I don't know. And an extraordinary collection of combined arms. So let's have a look at it. I'm curious. It's quite narrow here. Many people. I think I've never seen so many tourists here. Can we go up there? Is there something? Yeah, there is something. So now the picture will probably be a little unstable because you see it's quite narrow to walk for me. I have just the feet of the guy in front of me. So I'm going to wait. So here another cannon. Then this chamber with weapons, some swords and some helmets again. They are really super beautiful. What a craftsmanship. When I zoom in, you can see there are pictures on it. Look at this. This looks like phoenix, maybe. This one, maybe some dragon, you know. Here there are soldiers fighting all around. Beautiful. What a fascinating work. A winged helmet again, with a winged woman on it. So, guys, if you like me to show you something like detail of some weapon, just write me. Look, there seems to be a devil or plural, more devils. Yeah, that's the combined weapon they were talking about before. It's a it's a gun, but there's axe on it as well. So this is a cool helmet. This armor is absolutely beautiful. The entire armory is covered with ornaments. Here some guns. Wow, that's a. This must be loud. Dear visitors, the exhibits come from the workshops of Czech masters. They represent many years of tradition and handicraft skills. Purchasing souvenirs in our shop, you will contribute to further spread of this unique exhibition. So this is cool. It looks like ivory, but I don't know. So look at this. Such small details. Unfortunately, there are some reflections here. There's an old fireplace. Another chamber with knives and swords. So, wow, I wouldn't want to meet someone who has this in his hands. They look really old. What's that? This is a long gun. Look at this. It has minimum 2 meters. Let's continue. I have to go down again. It's a pity we can't go up here, but it's locked. So we can descend again. Sorry for this picture, but I have no better. Maybe this one. You can see what the stairs look like. So now I think we can. Okay, so now we skipped the torture chamber. Do you want me to go back again once more to take a look at the torture chamber? In the meantime, we can visit the alchemist's workshop. This is a part of the Golden Lane where very few guests normally come. The most people skip just this Armory museum. So, and in the 16th century, uh, when Rudolf the second was here, he supported all kinds of science and art and also alchemy. After the legend, this golden lane was just the place where the alchemists lived, who then produced gold from other materials. But there's another funny story about the name of the Golden Lane, and it says that um, it says that the people didn't have any toilets here, and they just put their loo just on the street, and that's why the street got the color of the gold. We won't see. We won't know. Oh, these stairs are quite steep. I hope you still can hear me. It would be nice if you would give me a sign if you still hear me. So a lot of candles and different tools. So let's go back. So now I'm outside again. So you can imagine here once the gun shooters defending Prague Castle used to live. One entire family in a super small house like this. And this was later still popular by the citizens of Prague. Now there are several exhibitions here or workshops. For example, there's somewhere an old uh, pub, so you can see how a pub um, in the Renaissance time looked like. These flowers are quite interesting. They should protect the house to not be hit by thunder and flash. And if you're not aware of it, you can visit this golden lane also in the evening when all the exhibitions are closed, but uh, then it's for free, and you can enjoy the beautiful night atmosphere. So I think that was the pub that is already closed. Let's see if you can uh, see something. No, the reflections make it impossible. Oh, it's already late, and this house is the house of a fortune teller. She was she used to live here already in the beginning of the 20th century, and if we walked inside this tiny house, we would see um, we would see a table that is set for dinner, and the reason is this fortune teller had a son, and she didn't believe that he died in the First World War, and they say she set the table every evening and cooked for two because she always expected her son to come back from the war. And then she predicted the end of the Nazis. She said that Hitler would lose the war, and she's been executed. So I'm just strolling here up and down because to I hope the lights are going to switch on, because then the atmosphere is just beautiful here. There's even a little cafe here. Open until 6 o'clock. It's pretty mysterious here. Is it just the exit here? Yes, it is. That's pity because otherwise we could have visited this torture chamber, and maybe it would be dark afterwards. So, so here, that's normally a one-way street here, so you can only enter here and only exit in this way. But I think that the entrance is free now for the visitors. What about if we went down once more and come back again? In the meantime, you can take a look at these super cute little colorful houses. And in the meantime, you could write me in the comments if you still can hear me. Oh, yes, I think they also wait until it gets dark and they can enjoy the romantic atmosphere. So let's um, let's have a stroll. We will exit and go in once more. How about that? The lamps are on already, so you can have a look how it looks like. I'm sorry we couldn't see the fortune teller's little flat. That's the court where we will exit for the first time. Because we're going to pass through once more again. But in the meanwhile, I would show you a torture tower. This is a tower that is called Daliborka, and it played a role in one opera of Smetana. Yeah, here you can see some old sculptures. I see this guy for the first time. Interesting. There is something headless. Sorry, someone. Yeah. And here, it's also closed. But no matter, we still see this skeleton here. There's nothing else here to show you. Is there another window? Take a look inside. No. But obviously, there was once a window or a door. Would think.